behind the camera. And he did some of the most marvelous things with mother and child, family of 3. Let's take in and just watch that session.
And watch Clay sneak in on the back end of it, would you please?
That's a good point. I've always been kind of sneaky with my 35mm, and I came under Don's elbow and snuck a few of my favorite pictures that I've ever done in my life. Let's take a look at it.
Let me see. Now, if we come in, do it to me again. Right there, 11½. All right? All right, let's try it now. Let's turn this one off that much, and we're going to bring in the accent light. Now, this is the key with the accent that I love, as you all know. Right there. These images are going to appear on the negative when you look at them because of the extreme high key. They're going to appear and look plus. You know exactly what I'm talking about. As far as the, no, not quite bulletproof, no, but they're going to be full exposed, you know, because Lynette told me she likes a good full exposure. So, you know, so right there, that's it, that's good, all right, so you're my baby. All right, now, that's the accent that's coming in, let's do it to it. Okay, well, I had the meter set at 8½, so that's where we're going to leave it. And what can I say? You know, have to do it. All right, again, 8, 11½, and 8½. All right? The background, I've already read it with the high key lighting on the back, or the background area to give a high key feeling. I want 1 stop plus from the light here. And I can go back and read it again if you want me to, but it's 1 stop plus from the main light. That's it. Now, stay right there, but raise, Lynette, raise. That's a bit, that's darling. That's darling. That's Lynette, great. That's exactly what I want you to do. Don't look at the camera. You're not being photographed, okay? Okay, just like so.
Should we get them naked?
Well, just a minute. Let me do a couple this way.
Okay.
And you just look down at it like so. There. Look right down there. Now, talk to her, Lynette. Talk to him, Lynette. You're in love. I love it. Yeah. All right. That's good. Then, oh no, that's fine. Jimbo, come on over here. Sit down here. That's it. And then just turn. That's on it, but keep it straight here. Right. That's it. Keep it straight here. And then when she gets him into the D hour, then we're there. Okay. I've moved in tight. The cropping is extremely bold, not getting everybody. Just really the little hands and mother. You know, when you see him, I'd like to have you come up and look at it, but I can't. You know what I mean, for obvious reasons. But it's just things.
I'm just going to do the 2 of them together. Just stay right here close so you can hit me if I get...
See, it's not in place.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's going to work. We'll lay the baby there, and then we'll just make sure we don't see anything. I've got 2 shots on here. This is the old 1000 ASA film.
Just the wrench?
Yeah.
I just need to pick this up.
Okay.
Stand there close.
No, I'm up to the side. It's all right. That's all right. Yeah, it gets in there.
That's gorgeous.
Let me finish this one. I think that...
Just take a second.
Yeah, I think... No, stay here, Clay. Stay here. Love it. Oh, love it. Oh, love it. All right.
Movement real still.
All right.
Your red nails, if you can
red
lower your
nails,
hand.
yeah, get rid of the red.
That's
right
it,
there, that's it, right there. Love, all right.
Real still for me, real still for me. Just let the baby relax.
That's it.
Just real
that's
still.
it.
I'm going to get something gorgeous here.
That's it, Lynette, that's good. That's good.
What's his name?
Alex.
Alex, be still.
Alex.
There, that's gorgeous right there.
Okay.
This, everything.
That's it. Film.
All right, real still. I'm going to get one here. That's great with your hand in there. Oh, that's great. Real easy. And just slip your hand away, Alex. Just really easy. Look down at him, Lynette, but stretch your chin out. Right there. I got it. One more time. Come Come on, Alex, hold with me. He's going to
That's
bite your
it.
fist real
That's
easy.
it.
I'm just zooming in and out. I'm shooting away here at 3,200. This is gorgeous, yeah.
I'm cropping just at Lynette's eyes and just up above the little old whatever you have in the chest area. And the babe is there. That's it. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, God. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
He's going to be a boxer.
Gotta do it, yeah.
He's going to be a boxer. Look at him.
Look down, Lynette. Look down, Lynette. That's it. Oh, love it. Love it. Oh.
He's going to be a boxer.
Oh. Fingernails, can you, baby? That's it. Good, 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 good. I love it. Yes. All right. Ooh. I love it. I love it. All right. Ooh. Now, that's okay. Shall we change him around a bit?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. That's it. Talk to him, Jim. Talk to him. All right. All
that's a
right.
great
Hang
shot.
in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there.
Look at that.
Hang in there.
Oh.
Hang in there.
I'm shooting at
Hang.
2/50th of a second available light.
Hang in.
I
Yeah,
can
hang
handle
in. That's it. All right. Yeah. Oh, Mama Mia. Lynette, come here, dear.
Just the baby.
Lynette, come here, Lynette. Lynette, come here, dear.
Let me get this to the baby.
No, come right over here at camera. Come here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right here. Look here. Look here.
Oh.
That's good. That's good. Let's bring Mother in, all right? Stay right there, Jim. Stay right there. Now. Right over over here. Now, let's see. That's it. Can you sit up on just a little old hee-hoo, your right hee-hoo, and lean? That's it. Now lean, That's good. Throw your leg right over him, just so you get, that's it. Lean it in. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Well, more than that, Lynette. Just lean in. All right. All right. That's it. That's it. Yeah, do it. Do it. All right. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Jim, I don't know if it's possible. Can you hold the babe in midair? We'll hang him from the rafters or something. Get rid of your left arm a little bit.
Oh, that's nice.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's it. That's good. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
I got one there. I got
That's
one there.
good. Good.
I can't see Lynette.
That's
Let me
it.
see your other eye. That's good right there. Look
That's
down
it.
the baby.
Yeah, all right. Nice. Nice. Let me have the two.
The two filter.
Yeah, thanks, Byron.
I
Thanks.
went through a whole roll of black and white. 36. Glad I don't have a motor drive.
Right thumb, Jim. Tuck it. Right thumb. That's it.
I know
That's
I got it.
That's it.
Can't do any more. I'm just going to exhaust it. So that's all the black.
Do it again, Lynette. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah. All right. All right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beautiful stuff.
All right.
Folks, every day is exciting at Winona, but this day was better than all of them. We went to the park, we went outside, all three of us were at our best. Watch. It was the ideal place, we had perfect weather, and just wait till you get a load of the chef.
And we got it. You know, maybe you should hold these burgers up. One
All right. Hey.
sharing.
All right.
One there, and one here.
That's it.
Here we go, just like this.
Love it. Here we go. Come and get a wheelbarrow high. All right.
And lower it. That's it. Look, that's it right there, real still. Now the light's got to come right in the face here, so bring it right,
All right.
right there. You got it.
Yeah,
Couple times, we got it. 1, 2, I love it. Oh, I love it.
Love it. All
Real
right.
still. There you
All
go. Let's go one more time. Real still back there. Here we go.
Yeah.
Tip your head here a little right there. Last time we get him out, we got dude. Got it, okay. Quarter at 5-6. That'll be good.
Okay, so the chef wasn't the greatest, but we sure got a fabulous picture of him. Look at that 30mm lens and what it does. This is the order in which my mind goes when I come out to a location like this. What's going to be my background? My first choice at coming out here was having people on the lawn, the backlit leaves of the trees, the water, and the Chicago skyline off in the distance. Now, if all that background is bright and people are sitting in the shade of the tree, I know that we can bring a strobe in there and bring them up to the level of the background. If we want the background to reproduce in detail, then we must expose for the sunny, backlit background of the water. What, 125th at 11 or 16 or something like that?
Yes.
So that means
Exposed for the natural light.
So expose, not for the light in the shade here, because if we expose for the light in the shade, the background is all overexposed. So now we're exposing for the overall area and adding light to the people to bring them up to the value of the light that's behind them. That's one way of doing it. Another way of taking advantage of the same location is expose for the light of the people in the shade. Use a bare bulb just to shape their faces so they're not flat. So if we expose for the light in the shade, the background is going to do what? Overexposed is going to go very light, very gold. All the leaves turn yellow. The dark green leaves turn yellow. That's not bad. That's good. So that's another way of doing things. I'm sitting here looking at you, and every one of you out here have beautiful sunlight coming through your hair. Separation light is absolutely ideal. So now I have two alternatives. I know that I have to add more light to your faces. I could do it with a reflector, but a reflector in this brilliant sun is going to make you squint your eyes. So then I have to bring in a strobe. So now, do I bring it in bare bulb, or do I bring it in strong? Actually, it's up to you. The way I see it, and you correct me if I'm wrong,
No, fine.
if I can get back far enough and produce a natural light that's sufficiently strong enough with the bare bulb, I'll use a bare bulb. If the light isn't strong enough, I'll put a reflector on. And that's the way I would judge. I can look through here, and when I'm looking other than the water, I'm looking for a background that has depth. We selected this location because there are all kinds of trees with trees further behind. I don't want to photograph directly into a dark background because then the backgrounds go dark. So many people will come across a setting like this. Let's suppose this building is we're just a green row of trees. They'd place the people there and photograph right into it. The background goes dark. There's no depth to it. So we have to start looking for layers of background to give it the feeling that we have in some of your lucky shots.
Dimension is it.
Dimension is the word. Okay.
All the way.
Clay,
Yeah.
you're part of this crew
Hey,
here.
come on, Clay. No, come on, get up here. Get up here. Come on. Come on, get up here. Get up here. Yeah, get him on. All right, let's hear it for Clay. All right. All right, good.
Don, why don't you tell him basically what you're... Oh, the lens. Excuse me.
That's fine.
I find the background and the lighting that I want, and then I decide how I'm going to light the subject. Am I going to take the light that's there, or am I going to add strobe to it, or am I going to add a reflector to it? Bare bulb or light with a reflector. But as soon as I select the background, I have to decide a couple things. As I look down the water here, the buildings, the skyline of Chicago, are way, way in the background. If I want to make that skyline important, which I do, if I want those buildings to appear larger, I'm going to use a long telephoto lens, and that's going to bring that background up real close to the subject. If I use a wide-angle lens here to encompass all of this, those buildings way in the background are going to get real small. So, for the most part, as I visualize this, it's that old saying, less is more. I would pose somebody here with the trees, the water, and the background, and not try to show the whole scene. If I get into another area where I want to show the whole scene, I would use a wide-angle lens to explode the background. Now, I'm finished. That's it.
You did a good job.
That's all I know.
Yeah, well,
That's all I know.
You did a good job. You said everything. You summed it all up just to a T. What can I say?
Thank you, sir.
Dad, good. Now, lens perspective, as Monty talked about it very briefly, and I think this is one thing that we have to do as professional photographers. Think in terms of the effect that we want in that photograph, not just throw a lens on a camera and start going and making exposures, but we have to literally be able to see the finished photograph before we trip the shutter. It's that simple. And as he said, if you want to end up having the wide scope, that's your prerogative, or maybe in a little tighter. I think in this exercise this afternoon, what we would like you to concentrate on is direction of light. I think that is so important. Monty has already mentioned about the overhang of the trees, etc., making believe, imagination caps on that the back of the building here is a tree overhang and so on. I just can't emphasize the direction of light enough. I know you're sick and tired of hearing it, and you'll be more disgusted by the time the week is over. But I think it is so important. Direction of light relative to camera position. That really and truly is what it's all about. Then certainly encompassing the background to get a nice, pleasing, satisfactory photograph. Now before you go though, let's have our father. You're on.
All right. Yeah, as you know, I'm heavily into the 35 millimeter. So I just put it on automatic, and I don't worry about any of this stuff. The Nikon does it, you know.
I love it.
Just shoot away. Shoot away.
Way to go.
There's two things that are very important. Two things. Number one, as Monty said, pick the background. Look for the depth. Number two, pretend you're in your studio, because everything that applies to your photography in the studio applies here. But one of the biggest things that I ever learned in outdoor photography was look at the sky. And look where the light is coming from. Don't look for the sun. Look for that open window of light. Bring your people under the shade. Find the window. And that window of light is your softbox, your umbrella, your whatever. You turn the female away from that window and her face back to the window. And then you can do the men into the window, however you would do it. But look for the direction of light, as Don said. And the best thing Don ever taught me was get in there and look at the leaves before the subject's there, and look at just take time and see where the light comes from. And that's where your light, you're going to say, I'm in my studio, there's the light, how am I going to place the subject relative to the light? Very importantly too, we're going to go outside and we're going to be adding flash. The only thing you want to remember is don't overpower the existing light. If your light is 30 at 5.6, you want less than 5.6.
And how are we going to measure the strobe light outside?
With our strobe meter. We're going to lay our meter in here, but it's going to give you an improper reading unless you have the ability to turn your shutter speed up a couple of f-stops.
Say it again and underline it 3 times in red. It's so important.
All right, let's just pretend we're in this sunshine situation. A meter reading here would give me 125 at 11, 125 at 16. So let's say it's 16. I want to get 11 out of the strobe. To get an accurate reading, I'm going to turn that flash meter up to a 500 because I'm trying to cut out the ambient now and read just the burst of strobe.
Why are you turning it up to 500 again? Why? What takes place? Why?
What we're doing, Don, is we're cutting out the ambient light because it's more critical when you're under the shade. If you're in the shade, you take a meter reading and you say, okay, we're here at 30 at 5.6. Let's turn the strobe way down to 4. So if you leave it at a 30th and you read that, you're going to get a little bit more light because you're mixing in the ambient and the flash. As you turn the meter up to 250, you're going to get an accurate reading of just the burst of strobe. It's like metering the flash in a dark room. That's what we're trying to simulate. And we're getting a very accurate flash reading. Our flash is usually 4 or 5 feet away from the subject, and the bare bulb is ideal because, as Don said, it's a point source of light and it's forgiving. It's easy to use. Those other flashes just seem to look artificial. So number one rule, if you're using flash, get it off your camera. Don't use flash on camera outside. Number 2, use less light off your flash than is already there.
Even the ducks agree in the background. Did you hear him when you
Okay,
made that
let's
statement?
do it.
I didn't quite understand why you put the shutter speed at 500 when you're shooting out.
All right, now we're not putting the shutter speed of the camera at 500. We're only putting the shutter speed of the strobe meter, because when the sun is as bright as it is right now, and the strobe meter or the exposure meter sees all this light, it confuses. It's confused. It can't tell the difference between the strobe and the sunlight. So if we set a very, very short shutter speed to cut out the ambient light, so it basically sees very little of it, then we're going to get a much more accurate reading of just the light that's coming from the flash. And when we take the picture, we're going to use the regular shutter speed that we set on the camera. The shutter speed,
Which would be 60.
60th, 125th, 30th,
We never
whatever.
change the camera.
If we're working in the shade, we don't have to set the strobe meter to a 500th or a 250th of a second. We could set it just 125th because the light level is so much lower. All we're trying to do is shorten the exposure that's picked up by the strobe meter so it sees just the flash and tells us how much flash we're getting.
Tip it down, Clay, just a little bit, and bring it forward just a little bit more. Now
Forward.
tip, raise it up, Clay. It has to be on a diagonal. Look at it. Now tip it, keep it tipping.
see it
See
right
it,
there.
keep it going. Right there, hold it right there. See it, got it? That's it. Now you feel the goosebumps run up and down your spine, right? It's there. Yeah, now look, if I read this now, dear, I'm at 4 at a 30th of a second.
I'm going to
Okay?
take it away from
Now, they're just, and now I'm going to read on the other side, right there at the highlight side, 5, 6 and a half. 5, 6, 4. Does that make sense? Now, let's come in and look at her. Turn, Angie, to your, that's a baby. Turn your head back to me, right there. Chin down, just there. There. That's it. Now, we have direction of light, but we don't have ratio as strong as what we would like. Okay? So how do we pick up ratio of light? By subtracting the shadow side of the photograph. By subtracting the shadow side of the photograph, all we're doing is blocking light. That's all. Now look what happens right at camera position. Now come back, my good friend. Put it right on her face, please. Look, we've got directional light along the bridge of the nose, etc. Now let's pick it up and enhance it and run the goosebumps up and down the spine. Here's how we do it. Right here, right here, right here, right like that. Look at the nose. Look at the bridge of the nose. Look at the light in the eyes. They're not socketed. It's not a raccoon eye. But the light is open and it's coming clear through. And it's fabulous. You better believe it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Hold it right there. Somebody come right here. Hold that. That is nice, Mon. That is nice. Right there. Let me do it. That's not going to change exposure because it's side lighting, picking up the hair.
Let's review what just happened, because this is exactly what Clay was talking about over here. The sun is all the way over here, but it doesn't matter because the open sky is at this point. So it's all the way from here around to here. And the light was coming in here at a nice, beautiful angle to her face. We're getting a little bit of backlighting coming in from here, and basically a little overhead light here, which was sort of weakening what was happening here. So when Don had him bring this umbrella over here, we cut out a lot of this ambient light from this side. And I tell you, the expert at this for a long time has been Leon Kennemer, subtractive lighting.
Better believe it.
Leon is the first one who made us conscious of this. So now we have to pick up from everybody.
You bet.
What is it? To steal is divine.
You
right?
better believe it. It's the only way. Nothing
what
is new. Nothing is new.
This tape is.
No, all right.
See how their bodies are turned at a 45-degree angle to us. They're leaning back away from each other. Why?
because that gives a nice arch to both bodies, and it also has them both turning their profile to the head, high shoulder by leaning back slightly. Look at the placement of the feet. We're posing the bodies first and then turning the heads towards each other.
What about the light?
We're getting natural, strong light on him. So we're trying to put a strong light on her profile. Looking down at her. Angie, you're looking at his right ear. That's the ear closest to us. Laughing, laughing, laughing. Woo! All right. He's got great profile lighting on his face. Shadows are a little bit contrasty. There's no light on her face at all. So we have to get that strobe, the strobe all the way behind him is profile lighting her face. And we have a little bit of fill light closer to camera so that it's not such an extreme range between the highlights on the nose and the shade on their face.
Here is the perfect example of the telephoto lens. It shows just a little bit of background and brings it up real close and makes it important.
This is nice. I'm going to leave the 150 lens on. For now, I'm going to back up just a tiny bit, come into here. The overhang of that tree line is great. There.
Okay, let's take a look at where that strobe is. It's exactly where you would place it if you were doing a portrait in the studio. No difference.
Stretch, stretch, stretch. That's it. Good. Love it. Bread man, keep it going. Tony, are you talking to him? Daddy, are you doing it? All right. Hey. All right. Good.
Tony brought the ducks into the picture. Don brought the sunlight onto their faces. Clay behind him lit up the veil, and it all looks natural. Once in a while, something happens that really makes life worth living. I think this was it.
Is that neat enough? Oh, better believe it. Look there now. Now look, see, you only see it from camera position. Look at each other, kids. Look at each other, kids. That's it. You see, now look, as I'm neater, now it's hitting me right. Do me a favor so I can see it. But I'm going to tell you exactly the metering now. I'm going to do it right smack on the water. Okay, 5/6. 30th at 5/6. Okay, see it's changed a little bit into here. The leaves. 8. Okay, 8. See? There. 8. See, when I come upstairs. Okay, see? I love it. I love it. All right, my man. That's it, sure.
So your exposure then is?
Then when it was water, I put on the water, I did it 125th and a 60th. Okay. I got for the two, because the light is changing. That's it, okay. Look at each other again. Look at each other again. Do it, lay it on her. Bodies together, right at the hip. Raise your head, Lisa. Raise it, Lisa. I love it, all right, that's it.
Did you see what Clay was doing? He kept turning the camera and following the movement of the children. It's blurred, but yet the image is there. It's wild. I love it. Shot at a 30th of a second.
All right, here we go. Ready? Ready, I'm going. Go around like this. Laughing, faster. Look at each other. Go faster.
All right, now, kids, right here, okay? What I want you to do is to come over. I've got the 150 lens on, okay? Got the 150 lens, and we're going to do it this is the sweet light now, okay? This is when it's all happening, right now. All right, now, need to place you back out, Chris. Keep going, step back out. Angie, step back there with him. That's it. Now, look out at the water. I love you. That's it. Now, roll to me on the hip, okay? Bring the left leg on top of the right leg. That's it. Lay the knee right down on the ground. Come to me. More. That's it, baby. That's it. Bring the the right elbow out. That's it. Bring the right hand into the body, right into the bust, the other right. That's it. That's it. Put the left hand on the leg. That's it. That's it. Bring the left knee forward. Not up. Just roll to me. That's the baby. Look out at the water. Angie, keep the footsies going that much, Angie. Go to the water, both of them. There. Come back a little bit to your left. Tip it to your left. There. Angie, baby, turn your head to your left. There. Tip the top part of your head into Chris a touch. Right there. Chris, that's fabulous. Just like that. Don't move, Dad. Angie, baby, turn your head to your left. There, Angie, the top of your head, tip it. There. Chin down just a bit. Eyes down, Angie. That's it. That's it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Just a minute.
All natural late afternoon sunlight. Soft focus, a great portrait of her, and he just tops it all off.
This is good right here. I'm just going to back the camera because it's out of focus. That's it. Easy. Your eyes right here, your chin up a dash.
Silver reflector around
Yeah,
here.
silver reflector would do nicely.
Can I have that?
They're getting it right now. Turn your face down and just let your eyes go down. That's good.
Excuse me. Let me just see if I can pick up anything here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Just your eyes back at me. Whoa, magazine cover. One more time, easy. Just like that, that's gorgeous. A little more, Mont, there you go. You chin up right there, Right there. It's a little bright, feathered a little bit. Right there.
Okay, let's see how we put it all together. Natural sunlight from the back, a bare bulb from the front, and a silver reflector from below.
But what we need to do is block the light. We need to get rid of that ear, hot ear, and we need to block it right like that. The front element needs to raise, come up. The back element needs to be reduced, just like that. Now, Mike, you look right straight ahead. That's it. Raise your head a little bit and tip your head. That's it. That's it.
Well, what is he doing? He's bringing a stove in there?
Can you believe it?
No, hang tough. Hang tough.
Hang
Yeah, all right, go.
What did we talk about?
Can you get the video camera out of
got
here
it.
just for a second? 1 second. Mike, tip your head that way.
We're going to turn this bare bulb as weak as it'll go. It's on yellow. Take a look.
Sorry.
Mom, do you want to give me a test on that? That flash was at F4, and the light is at 8. That's 2 stops left. Let's go up a little bit.
I think that'd be good for just a kiss of light.
Yeah,
It's like a touch of garlic, Clay.
It's a pinch of garlic. It's like making man passionate love. It's just a little dab will do you. That's it, yeah. You know,
We're at 400 film. 400 film.
Yeah, I got to do it. Yeah.
I'm
All right.
5/6 and a 60th. Yeah, what do you want to do now?
Hold the sun on his hair. All right, here's your test.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, Mike, just turn your face to me just a little bit. That's it. Eyes right up to here. Oh, without a smile. Okay, you can smile. What the hell? Look at all the money you made. Mike, look up here. Look at. Yeah.
All right. Good.
All right, looking right up here, Mike. Now,
If you hadn't seen it happen yourself, you wouldn't believe it. A black umbrella and 2 flashes. Perfect sunlight.
Yeah. Clay, let me steal you just a minute. Well, that's right. Let's do this. Let's put a bare bulb in here.
Behind them?
On this,
No, over here?
On both. We'll put the little mini behind them.
Okay.
Okay?
What film speed you gonna need there? 400 or 100?
100.
100.
100.
Okay.
100 it is.
Now you're gonna. Where would you like it? I mean,
5.6.
at 5.6, you got it. So we're gonna do it right now.
We're gonna do it.
5.6. I'm gonna go purple.
We're going to do it. All right. Now, let's do it to it. Okay, all right.
Can we pull
We're
that?
putting a 40 on. I want to
Where's
get a wide
Brommer?
scope here. We're doing, hang tough for just a minute, Tony.
The
Just
sending
roll.
unit
Take
off
it off,
Ponce's
babe.
camera.
Take it off.
Over on Dawn.
Yeah, da-da-da. All right. Oh, man. Woo. Kids, look at me. Look at me here. Just look. That's it. That's it. That's good. Yes.
I'm getting 4 out
Tony?
of the flash.
I'll have to have you right over on this side. Yeah. You're in it there.
All right.
That's it. I got 40 on now.
Okay. I'm only getting 4 out of my strobe.
No problem.
Is that gonna be all right?
No problem. Yeah, sure. We'll go back to 4. No problem.
All right.
We'll do it. No problem.
So at a 200-watt unit, full power, I'm only getting F4 from about, what, 15 feet?
What is
13
the ambient reading we're getting?
I'm getting an ambient reading of 30 at 5.6.
All right, now let me have your attention. I'm reading the sky. I'm reading the sky now to do our thing. All right, I'm going back up into, I know we're going to be like at a 30th or 60th, you know, like in that area because the highlight zone. All right, I'm going to come back up even at a 60th of a second. All right. 16, the water, 11, 4 into the tree foliage area, 5, 6, into the sky itself. The building, see, is 11. 11. We're going to increase the shutter speed up here like that. We're going to come back up to, let me see, okay, just a minute. 8. Okay, what have you got out of the strobe? 4. 4?
4.5. I can.
4. Okay. Okay. Let's go.
I can increase it.
To can you get me?
I can get you 5.6, or I have to put the reflector on and feather it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. We need it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here it is.
Okay, it'll do it.
Here it is. 5, 6, or 8. Okay. Whatever you can get there so it's feathered. All right.
Now we're just going to turn it way towards the front here.
Yep. At
And you know
8.
what it's going to be? It's still a point source of light from this distance.
I'm reading the sky to hold sky detail. I'm 250th of a second.
Okay, Tess?
Okay? 250th of a second to hold sky detail.
I got
Otherwise,
5, 6.5
it's
on the
going
strobe. You want 8? 5, 6.5. I can go 8 if you
no,
want it.
5, 6 is fine.
All right.
5, 6.
Yep.
That's okay. And I'm up to 250th. The veil, no wait, right up at her neck, Kath. That's it. That's it. On both sides, pull it forward. That's it. And if you can do the little hinky-dinky. That's it. All right. All right. Hey. Ooh, hoo. Do it to it. Yeah. That's it. Come on, birds. All right. That's good. Yeah. That's it. Look at that. Yeah, Tony, where are you when I need you? Get that bugger over here. Get him over here. Yeah. All right. Hey, that's good.
Just look what he did now. The flash added to the daylight, overpowered the ambient light, and everything went dark. Everything except the couple that was properly exposed by those 2 strobes there, one behind and one light in front, and the sky took its natural deep color. And finally, off to Ed DeBevick's for fun, food, and a few great pictures by Clay.
I need some help, Dad. Come on in here. Because I got the
Fly to the star, you know. Makeup.
Boy, doesn't it look like a paparazzi thing here?
Clay used the wide-angle lens again, real close up to the subject. He exposed for the background on Type L film and balanced it with a bare bulb strobe, but wrapped the bulb with an orange gel to match the ambient light of the background.
What about a special toast? All right? What about a special toast to all the lovely ladies? What about a toast to all the lovely ladies in this class? All right, can we do it? Special. Hey,
Where's my money?
All right.
I want money, Gramps. Give me some money. Fork over the money you wanted.
My father has it. Your father? Oh, I want a new Grandpa. All right. Monty, together. What about a special toast to all the beautiful ladies?
Okay,
no.
Okay, let me have your drink.
Oh, here we go again. What else is new? Got everything. I'm going to refine my drink now.
Folks, a special toast.
All right.
Okay, here's to it and do it again. If you get a chance to do it and don't do it, step aside. I'll do it. I'm used to it.
All right. Hey. All right. Another one. Stay here. Another one. All right. All right. Again, to the beautiful, lovely ladies in this class. All right? May you live as long as you want to. And want to as long as you live. You can't beat it. Chapter 2. Here's to every little thing. Your little thing and my little thing. Now, in case your little thing ever needs anything, remember my little thing isn't doing anything. I love it. All right.
It was a great day in the park, a great evening, but it wasn't all fun and games. Because the next morning, Don got an emergency phone call that his wife was ill and he had to go home.
Extremely sorry I had to leave. Gotta go. Got the calls last night, and we're on the move. But I want you to know that I love every one of you. And my best goes out to you. I'm sure I speak for Monty, Clay, Bruce, everybody. If ever we can ever help, do anything for you, let us know. Okay, glad to help. I want you to know I love you all. The film was processed that we did yesterday, and I'm sorry to say, the machine jammed. So, you know, would have been nice if they'd have turned out. They look fabulous. If you guys will take a look at them and pick the images, that'll be good, but there's some nice ones. Some good ones. I love you all. Thank you very much. I love you, my man. Love you.
Can we have 4 or 5 more people here, please? Let's seat one right here. I don't care. Phil, sit right here. Angie, get right in behind him here. But turn all the way around to me. Just climb in the chair and sit in it. No, you have to just put both your legs in the chair here and sit on the back. Just come around through the side. Easy. Come on right in here. Different parents. What can I say? Okay, now we have little Sarah, the granddaughter. Can you sit right here, please? Sarah, down.
Damn. How you want?
You can just curl up on the floor there. Let your feet go to the side. That's fine. All right, let's see what's happening. Can you just climb right up in here and sit in here like Angie? Turn your body around to the center of the group so That chair is big enough for you to actually put your feet right inside here. It's the hotel furniture. It won't matter. I'm going to use a 60-millimeter lens. I'll lean in. Phil, you're turning away from the group. You have to turn into the group. No, let me just show you. Get up, Phil. You're going to sit this way. So you are sitting like this, facing out of the group.
Opposite everybody.
So we're going to turn you in this way, and this loose foot will just sort of like lock in behind here. Now, what are you going to do with this hand? I just put it straight down here, not necessarily around here, but straight down here. All right?
He was like that when he was little, too.
I'm sorry? You're on videotape now. Okay. You're going to lean into your husband? All right, want a couple more kids, or is this enough? A couple more kids?
I don't know. Definitely been getting variety in their life. They like a little spice.
You had one hell of a collection of husbands here. You want to come right in here and sit on the end? Sit on the end, all the way out here. Now turn around to the center. Come in front of his legs a little bit. And put your hand down right here in front of him. And you're going to come up. Sit up. And lean in like this. Let this hand just cover here. Okay, we'll do this twice. We'll do it once here, and then for instant gratification, we'll do it for a Polaroid. All right, can you lean into your mother just a little? Put your left arm behind your mother. All right, and sit up tall. Now just lean forward at the waist. Everybody, and you have to tip your head this way. Turn your face to us. Great. We'll do this twice for expressions. 1, 2. Once again. Look at a little smile from everybody. What a mixed up, crazy family this is.
The first thing we did was measured the ambient light in the background. We put the same amount of strobe on their faces. Then we sat people on the chairs, we sat them on the arms, we stood them, and we sat them on the floor. And that's the group.
But let's do a window light portrait of the bride and groom. And this time we're going to use the window as the source of light. All right, we're going to probably add strobe to it. Here's the thing that we have to think about. Can you just remain seated for a minute? Here are the main thing that we have to think about as far as a window light portrait. Very rarely are we ever going to get a window that's this big and this huge. A typical window in a home often has a roof overhang, which means the dominant part of the light is not coming in at the top of the window where most of us stand our subjects. The majority of the light is coming in at waist level. So to do a true, accurate photograph with proper lighting, we're going to try seat the people. Another problem that might happen is you may have a cement level right outside the window, a cement walkway or whatever right outside the window. If you have if you have anything outside the window that the sun is hitting and bouncing back up, you have to be careful. Because then your lighting is going to create shadows coming up this way rather than coming down at the normal angle. What do I do in a case like that? I don't use the window. All right? So let's walk over to the window and see what we can create here. So which way is she going to face? No, she's not going to face towards the light. She's going to face away from the light. So the light, that's right, so the light crosses over her dress, and then she'll turn her face back to the light. I'm sorry? Yes. Right. We're always turning the faces to the light, but wherever possible, we're going to turn her body away from the light. Gary's face and body will turn to the light. We're going to, even though we're using window light, we're going to supplement the window light by putting a light behind them to open up that background. We're not going to use the window as the sole source of light. But it's such a nice, even illumination, I think we'll leave the curtain closed. Now here's something that we just recently started doing. In the past, when we worked window light, if we wanted to go full face, we would have to bring the camera right next to the wall to get the lighting on their faces the way we wanted it. Now we can add a little bit of strobe. We can split light their faces, as we are doing here with daylight, and then just do a regular 45-degree light with a strobe to light their faces. You understand? A bare bulb strobe or a weak strobe opens up so many possibilities for window light photography that we never had before.
Let me just interrupt real quick. The light's coming from here on the bride and groom. Most people say, well, let's put a flash over here to open up the shadows. You know, this is where the flash belongs. But it's not. It's just like we always talked about. We're going to tip her head to the light, bring his head to the light, stand up tall and look at me. The light's got to come in here, giving us the little loop shadow like we've done all along. So the flash is going to go right up here next to the window. And then we don't have a modeling light, so let's just look at their eyes.
The bare bulb is our main light, and this is our accent light. So what we want to do is measure the accent light and have the main light be just a little bit weaker. All right, so let's measure the accent light. We're going to... The main light will be at a 45-degree angle. If I'm reading this light right now, this is the 15th at 5/6. 15th at 5/6. So I want this light to be 4. I'm going to expose a 15th of a second at f4 and see if I don't retain this light coming around. Nancy, turn your body to him just a little bit. Let your hand come down. Thank you, Gary. Move your hand back. All right, Nancy, just tip your head back this way. Turn your face this way just a tiny bit. Gary, turn your face to me, and that's fine, just the way you are. Okay. Gary, your chin down a little bit. Tip your head to her. Don't even smile, Gary. You look better like that. Nancy, you can smile and show your teeth. That's it.
Okay, let's study this now. A strong, natural daylight accent light coming in from the side. We actually lit their faces with a bare bulb strobe, and then just for a little variety, turned them to look at each other and did a profile.
Everybody wanted us to go to church, so we did. And we came up with some really, really fun, interesting things. So come to the church with us and sit through the class.
Typically, people would set up a bridal party picture right here on the altar and have all of this behind them. But when you have all of this behind them, instead of it being the beautiful church altar, it becomes a distraction. There's just too many things happening here. So the only way I could foresee using this altar as a background would be to bring the bride and groom all the way out here and then use a wide-angle lens exactly as we did in the hotel lobby, bringing the people as far away from the background as we can, and using a wide-angle lens to let the background go whoosh. So if we're going to do a picture right here and we're exposing for the window to get all the color in the window, we're going to have some kind of light in between them so that it doesn't have all this go black. So again, we'll be backlighting the bride and groom and then matching the light on them to get the proper exposure of the window. Does that make sense? All right, Gary, tip your head to her just a little bit. Turn your face back to me just a fraction. And your chin down some. Okay, let your shoulders relax down, Gary, or are those broad shoulders? Okay, you can smile for this. Everybody looking at the bride and groom. A couple of you, would you cross your fingers
You're in the picture.
Yeah, I want him to be in the picture like that, just like that.
Do the real thing, not a Polaroid.
Oh, no. Huh? Well, let's do it in Polaroid first, because this is instant gratification for me. Nancy, don't tip your head so much. Smiling, 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 Nancy. Smiling all the way. Camera position wasn't where I originally planned, but I love the window. We exposed to get daylight coming in through the window, balanced it with the strobe on the front of them, and brought up the background with the light lying on the floor to light the ceiling. It all matches.
Okay, hit your test button.
Okay, well, without a grin. A 40-millimeter lens put the whole church in view behind him. We exposed for the light coming through the window, matched it with the light on him, lit the ceiling with that strobe, and a little kicker light from behind to add a little accent.
We're just going to take this light, just laying on the ground, and we're going to shoot it straight up in the ceiling, 600 watt seconds. The radio slave is on, and the backlighting is going to come in from the window. So this is going to light the ceiling. The window is already naturally lit. 5, 6. Okay. 5, 6. Okay. 5, 6.
All right. What does the camera set at, Clay?
5, 6.
And the shutter speed?
For the window.
Yeah, okay.
So the light's at 5, 6, the lens is at 5, 6, and the window's at 5, 6 at a quarter of a second.
Your weight's on the right foot. And this gentleman here, bring your left foot in a little bit so there's no space. And would you bring your left foot in also so there's no space between your legs? Bring your feet together, Maureen. Okay. Now move this way, everyone, like that. That's it. Oh, can you move out so I can see the gentleman here? Tip your head into the bride just a little bit. Okay. Just one more time, just for fun. Sir, either, can I talk to the, either you are off key or I am off key. But we were right on target with this use of the lens and the people. We brought them as far away from the background as we could so that they dominate the photograph. We had a lot of requests to demonstrate executive portraiture. We were really lucky in the studio that week because one model filled several roles. Here we go. Want to have a couple easy changes of pose so that we don't usually have much time in doing an executive portrait. That's great. Your eyes right up here. Getting light into his eyes is essential. I'm again working with the base to the composition. We're going to crop it just at his knee. And your head tilted this way just a little bit. Same thing, let me just pull out a little bit of cuff there. Is that light hitting the back of the sleeve there again too? Great. Looking right here. Just look at each of those lights in place and see what it's doing to him. Every one is necessary. I'm very happy with everything that we've done here. Let me just bring his hand up to his face. Can we raise this tail a little bit more?
All right. It's hard to get to.
Oop, too much. Okay, just bring your hand up to your chin like that. That's it. Looking right here at me. Coming in tighter still. Moving the camera again a little bit to get the lighter area behind him. And your eyes right up into here. We raised the posing table up so that he could put his hand right next to his face. The lighting is the same. The pose is the same. and it's strong, it's masculine. Everything is happening directly into the lens. We don't have to change much at all from a 3/4 length to a head and shoulder. Just raise the camera height a little bit. And then when he changed to his chaplain's attire, we took the exact same picture, the 2/3 view of his face, and look at the light wrapping around him.
Lower your head this way, just. Do you notice how simple all these poses are? And yet how strong they are.
Boy, doesn't he look every bit the general. Standing erect, his hat tucked under his arm. And now let's review the whole sitting. I began by standing him behind the posing table, his hands on the table, leaning forward at the waist. And then we sat him in the same pose, 3/4 length, again leaning forward at the waist, looking directly into the camera. Below that, the general personified. And notice up until now, all three of those pictures are from the same pose. Head and body flowing in the same direction, head tipped slightly to the lower shoulder. And as a matter of fact, even the casual picture in the lower left corner is again the identical pose. Everything works so smoothly and simply when you have this masculine basic pose down pat, as we're showing it to you here. No need to learn a lot of poses. Just go for expression and good lighting.